highly dysfunctional states tend to treat the guilty better than the innocent. A state that can't solve crime but excels at persecuting those who talk about it. A state that gives lesser sentences to violent criminals than to those who hurt those criminals' feelings. A state that straight up protects criminals from their victims. This phenomenon has an explanation. The innocent are easier to control. Sweden, which has dealt with a growing gang problem over the last decade, recently proposed putting preventative ankle bracelets on children at risk of being recruited, as opposed to actually going after the gang recruiters themselves. Why? Because it's easier to control law-abiding citizens than criminals. The former will tolerate a lot of abuse, whereas the latter won't even respect basic rules. A capable state would make life harder for criminals. An incapable state will hinder the innocent. The illusion of competence must be upheld. In response to rapidly rising knife crime, Germany installed anti-knife zones, authorizing police to stick their hands in the pockets of normal people to search them for weapons. This makes law enforcement look busy, but ignores that it is not for a lack of street signs that crime is going up. The right thing for a state that lost control would be to pour its energy into regaining it. But what we're seeing instead is states pouring their energy into maintaining the illusion of control, to the point of solving made-up problems or straight-up prohibiting free conversation about the issue. What you have here is a trace of anarcho-tyranny, meaning the worst of anarchy combined with the worst of tyranny. Anarchy, on paper, promises freedom in exchange for order. Tyranny, on paper, promises order in exchange for freedom. They're basically two very dangerous extremes on the same spectrum, both undesirable in their own ways. Anarcho-tyranny would be no freedom, but no order either. The worst of both worlds. I know I reference this quote a lot, but that's because it's true. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent, and the consequences of this decay are disastrous. The state basically tells its people that crime is more lucrative than honest work. Why follow the law if the government doesn't care whether you break it? And those who still choose to live the good life out of their own morality, well, for one, they'll lose trust in law enforcement and probably stop calling the police for help. They might also try to protect themselves, and they might be punished for that too. The state cannot or will not tackle crime, and instead becomes a powerful accomplice to the criminals. The only way to solve this would be a radical reform at the top of the broken institutions. But on this channel, we've talked many times about how hard it is to find capable leaders who can lead that charge. Unfortunately, today this is happening in countries that pride themselves as part of the free world, bastions of virtue that were supposedly incorruptible. But decay does not care whether a country was free once, or rich, or powerful, or virtuous. Any country can fall apart at the hands of a corrupt state.